yellow cone flowers that are starting to die a little bit, but they're called a cone flower because their seed head is shaped like a cone. And the butterflies love this mint, monarda or bee balm. This lavender mint, bergamot. So a little bit different things in bloom this time around. Hopefully we'll see some of this in bloom. Is this tall ironweed? Has a beautiful purple inflorescence when it is in full bloom. So hopefully we'll see some of that in full bloom. And Marty's got the mountain mint. If you pick a little sprig of that, it's got the square stem, like all mints have square stems. And you can smell, well, with a mask on, you can't smell very good. But you can smell the minty. Several different species of sunflowers that we have out here. We have the tall coreopsis, is that the taller sunflower out here, and then we'll try to get some that are closer. Of course, lots of people probably have this in their gardens at home. Is a purple prairie cone flower. We have two different species out here. We have the pale purple prairie cone flower, echinacea, and then just the regular purple prairie cone flower.
If you saw that little bird fly in, that was a common yellowthroat. They nest in here. They love this kind of habitat. Amber pointed out the drink your tea call. You'll hear that quite a bit right now. That is an eastern towhee. So they like the more wooded habitat. So if you hear something, you want to know what it is, just give me a holler.
This is a horseweed, so I'm just going to break it off because it's not supposed to be in the prairie. See the eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly on the echinacea. Now this plant was in bloom last time we were here in July. This is a wild senna, so it's got a lot of yellow flowers, and now it's just got the seed pods. So it is a legume. Let's see. And the tall grass prairie, how it got its name is because of the tall grasses in the prairie, of course. So the tallest grasses are the big blue stem. There's some real good big blue stem right here, right next to the trail. But this will form a seed head that will kind of look a little bit like crabgrass, the seed head, but it will have 3 prongs. And a lot of times it's called turkey foot because of the 3 prongs. If you spread them out, they look like a turkey foot. And then this seed head here is the seed head of what we call switchgrass. So that's another of the tall grasses of the tall grass prairie. We also have, well, you can see the the big blue stem in bloom out here. See the seed heads right out there and how they're spreading out? Right in that little clump right there. So that's the big blue stem. We also have some Indian grass that hopefully we'll see them up, that species up a little bit closer too. This blue flower is a American bellflower. Which we did not plant, that just came in on its own. Here's some of the Monarda that's still in bloom up here. So it's got the square stem. It's in the mint family, bee balm, a common name for it.
The bird you hear singing up above us is a indigo bunny. You'll probably see, there he is, right there.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Here's some of the wild senna that's still in bloom a little bit. The bees love this wild senna.
That's an eastern steep, let me think. Mine went blank. I'll think of it here in a minute. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
How could I forget? He's telling us what he is. He says, seaweed. It's good keeping with. Yeah. I really haven't paid much attention. Led any bird hikes for a couple of years, so I'm kind of rusty.
Okay, of course everybody knows we'll start off with an easy tree. Everybody knows what this biggest tree right here is, right? With the whitish bark.
Oh, the sycamore.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's the sycamore. So we do have a few sycamores. We passed the young one on the trail, but we probably won't see any when we get up into to Crown Point. Yeah. I learned that today. Okay, now this is the other tall grass of the tall grass prairie. I'd already mentioned big blue stem and switchgrass. Now this is Indian grass. So very ornamental. There's the seeds are real fluffy and light. But that is Indian grass.
That's the indigo bunny. I tell you, once you learn that call, you'll be surprised how many of those there are. Out in the country, on the country roads, they're everywhere.
Now here's some asters that are the rigid asters, but their leaves are real smooth on top, and these will be blooming in the fall. I'm sorry, did I call this aster? I'm sorry, goldenrod.
Oh,
I was thinking ahead of myself. Yeah, this is a rigid goldenrod, and it blooms in the fall with the asters. So the goldenrods and the asters are very important for pollinators, especially monarchs that are migrating south to Mexico. So That's the great thing about the prairie, because you have several species that bloom in the spring, and then some in the summer, and then some in the fall. So all these goldenrods, along with the Canada goldenrod, will be blooming in this fall for the butterflies. Let's see. I think we pointed this out last time. Was a Rattlesnake Master. I thought we had some closer. Let's see. Not too far out there. Oh, there it is. This is kind of hard to see, but this is a Rattlesnake Master. It's got these round flower heads, seed heads. So it's real tiny white flowers, but it's called Rattlesnake Master. It's got leaves that kind of look like a yucca plant. They're long and slender leaves on the stem. But people used to say that there was a cure for the rattlesnake bite that they could get from this plant, but obviously I don't think that is true, or we would still be using it. Here's the blackberries that Bob Schnyder was talking about, except he was talking about the ones up on the railroad track, but they come down here in the prairie. Nice little tasty treat.
Actually, they are pretty good. Believe it or not.
The call you hear up there, that's a white-breasted nuthatch.
Oh my.
Hearing?
Ooh, that's a pretty bird.
That's the Carolina wren. He's not too happy with us. I also hear a tufted titmouse. Yeah. Well, that call there, I think that's a Carolina wren.
Okay.
The tufted titmouse, Marty, is that Peter?
Yeah, and that trill sound, that's the Carolina wren. They got several calls.
The Audubon app is real fun on your phone.
Oh yeah. I learned a lot with that.
I use it to draw them in.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that's not in bloom right now, but this is Liatris, or a blazing star. Beautiful purple flower when it's in bloom, and it blooms starting at the top and then works its way down the inflorescence. So they sell a lot of those for native plants for people to plant in their gardens at home.